is Riddle. I'm a colleague student, and I'm doing this vlog for my computer science and software engineering course. And this today I'll just show you some things I've been learning recently about the how to do some basic Python coding and things that like professional people will use. Specifically, how to merge branches and just show you what I've been doing. First off, this is my hypervisor, and I've been taking a couple snapshots, which I can restore the computer to. So I take I save the current state of the machine, and I can jump back to that state at a later point. So if I wanted to do that, I could press this. Or first, you navigate to your snapshots thing when you click on this, and then it'll bring up this screen, and then it should say current state. And if you click that, press take snapshot, then it will come up with this, and I can name it whatever. And then you just press OK. I don't really need one right now, but say make a snapshot to save, and that's useful in case you're doing some download that you don't necessarily trust, or some action that could potentially mess up your computer. So it's used a lot in professional environments. So here's my Linux Ubuntu VM, for virtual machine. This is my PyCharm, which is my where I run my code, and this is where the Kraken desktop that where you save different spots. These are basically snapshots of my code, and I can load it to certain points. Like for example, if I wanted to load this one, press checkout, and then it's way later, but I'll go through these now and show some more specific things. So first, I started with this one here, which is just doing a basic print message and putting some comments in. And I added some more comments, so it'll show the header, or I removed the comments and added this little header to my infotech center, which is this whole thing here. This whole program is the infotech center. And then I added this loop that'll this X is below 20, it'll print this little message. So when I run this, you see it prints these periods and makes this ellipsis thing where it has that little loading things, and then when it's done, see if it's 20. So when it's 20, it stops printing these and prints this instead. Next, add some spacing and some comments for a little bit more clarity on what everything is. For example, this will show that it'll do it until it's 20, and then this will show it prints when it hits 20, and this resets the dots when they get to 3, so it doesn't go more than 3. Otherwise, if this wasn't here, then it would just go up and up, just become a line. This makes it wait, because otherwise it would just print out all of these at once. And I did some more stuff like add color. So and This is where I add some color to my code, so when I print it, it'll be all colorful and a little bit of spacing too. So once this is done, it should come up with the red, I think. So added a cyan here. I use Chat GPT for this because you can just type in a prompt and ask it to add color or something, and it should work, but you should save your old code just in case it doesn't. Sometimes doing things like that will mess it up. Then I merged this branch. It should look the same because my welcome branch didn't. Yeah, I'd merged it into my beta test div, and there was nothing in the beta test div branch. And then added weather into the weather branch. Added some weather conditions for it to randomly choose from. So this says random choice. It means that it'll choose one of these randomly. And then it'll return that weather condition and show it. So this will just print whatever it was. So because this whole function is this, when it returns this, the function just becomes this variable. So you print this variable, and because the this random choice is chosen, it prints a random choice. So see, it says snowing, and then it says blizzard, and it says sun. So just choose something random from this list. I added the vehicle response system in this one, which makes it so that if the weather alert equals snowing, then it'll print this thing. So I'll do it a couple times until it hits that. Sometimes it takes a second. I mean, it's entirely based on luck. So yeah, see, yeah. So it now prints this. It shows that it says it's currently snowing outside, so it's updated the alarm by 30 minutes. Though this isn't actually doing anything, it's just printing this message. It's still there. And this calls the weather alert variable. And since it will always say snowing for this print message because it only activates if it says snowing. So here I added some more in for the blizzard and icy conditions with different times. And then this one I added everything else in using more elifs, which mean else if and are used in the middle, and then else means that like it's not used in anything. So it's just if it's not any of these conditions, then it will do this. So for this, it's the sunny command. So it's saying it calling for sunny skies outside. And then this is printed to show it. So if I do this, it'll always say something now, which changes based on what the thing is, what the variable is that's returned. Here I added some more comments to the code for more clarity on what the program does exactly for anyone that wants to see it. I'll scroll a little bit slower so you can pause it and look through it if you want to. I added the sleep functions and in here, which are just it waits 1 second before printing the VRS message, which I also added. I also added the VRS message in here, so it tells you how fast to drive based on the weather condition. So it waits 1 second because I put sleep 1 and I imported these libraries. This is required for this. If you want to put time in between your messages, you just do that code and then put sleep here, just like it is here. then here I used ChatGPT to make it a little bit more clear, like a little bit more efficient. So I added this dictionary, which is just a bunch of. It's basically everything I had before. It has the same effect. So this is how. See, this here is how much your alarm is delayed. So like for Blizzard, which it shows 60, and then it shows for 40, and that's 40. Made these a little bit more efficient by calling the variables like this. It also removed some of the. No, never mind. Sorry. And then I merged the weather into the base dev, which will actually have a difference this time because I already had the welcome branch in here. So, see here, it has the ellipses code and it has the weather underneath of it. Here I just move libraries around, not really an important thing. Here I started up my gasoline branch. Here, you can program things in GitHub, and that's what I did here. But you can't test them in GitHub, and I'll show you my GitHub in a minute. But here it prints a random choice, just like with the weather, or it will once I add a print message in a minute. But I can't. Again, I couldn't test it on GitHub, so I wasn't able to. So I didn't bother adding it in at that point. But if I check out the command here, it prints this gas level gauge. So, and it prints this out just like it did with the weather. I added a new function in here to return another gas station as well. Which is the same code used as this first one. Here I added some messages that it prints if this is if it's some of these. So like it's saying it's low, and then it's checking the thing, and then it will call these variables like Wesco. It won't call this, but this is called. It also calls the specific amount of miles, how far away the gas station is. So here you can see that it says, like it'll choose a random variable here, and I use this round so that it wouldn't just go and do a lot of numbers on the end of that. Otherwise, it'll print like 20 numbers onto the end of this if you don't use the round. So if you do that, then you, type in round before your random uniform, which will choose the random number, and then add the comma 1 here like that. And I used none of the more if functions to do that. Here, I finished this up with the rest of the potential gas level lists. Here I altered some spacing. Here I made it a bit more efficient by removing some of the things here. Like, here, I'll show you. Here it removed the if commands again to make it more efficient by just calling a message. Here I tested it, and then I merged. Or hang on, I should have merged here. Oops. So, and then here, I guess, little thing, I added some more comments. So, yeah, this message is displays the header, which got put at the bottom for some reason. I'll fix that in a minute. But now I'll show you how to merge the branches like I had with welcome and weather into my beta test dev. So I want to merge the gasoline into the beta test dev. So you should be able to. There should be a. Okay. Well, what you can do is grab the gasoline and drag it into beta test dev here, and then it should say merge gasoline into beta test dev, and I will choose that. And there's a merge conflict, which you can fix pretty easily with doing. So these are added in, which are the conflicts, which showing where you want to add the branch into. So I'll just get rid of that. And this is where my gasoline starts. So, like, say I wanted to have this gasoline branch, or here's another message. You can delete that too. But if I wanted this gasoline branch in between my weather and welcome, I can do that by just doing this. Drop it right there, and then have it here, and then go down to my weather and do this. And then if I wanted to move this header, you can just drag it up to up here. So now if I print it here, well, I need to fix it first, but you can remove the equals, which are another merge conflict. And then, well, if you've removed all three of those, then it should be able to merge. So if I click back on this, I can press mark all is resolved. And then commit and merge, I think. Let me just double check, because I don't want to, merge something that I don't want to, or delete my code or something. Okay. So here's this, and then once I commit that, then it should create a new one of these. But it's only locally on this platform, so it's only on my VM at the moment. So I want to push it, and then it should be pushed to the origin. So if I go to, for example, my Windows, I can press pull origin, and I might need to refresh it again. So I'll fetch it again. Okay. At the history here, it should have opened up if I go into my beta test div, then it should show my merging my gasoline branch, which it does. It shows that I added this. So there's that. And this is now on my Windows, so it's a different machine because I pushed it and then I pulled it down here. So now everything that I had on here should show up here, and it did. So you can see here that I have my all of the code that I added, including my gasoline branch in my beta test dev branch on my Windows. And then online also, sorry, light mode, but if I go to the beta test dev, it should show everything that I had also. And yeah, then I have, I don't know, that might be it. No, so because I've done that now, I'm gonna head back to um, my Linux, and this is what I've been using to keep track of my progress here. So I finished up gasoline by merging it into HSDev and fixing it. So this is done, so I can drag this here, and these are the other ones. Like for my welcome screen, I did all this stuff that I showed you, and I merged some gasoline here, and then beta test dev into main. I haven't done that yet, so I won't check that off. But there's my product management that some people do. Um, I don't have anything to do at the moment, just because I haven't made anything. But I'm doing this, and I drag this into done because I have completely finished this list. So I'll check this off. And yeah, I think that's all. Thanks for watching our tutorial on how to do that. Um, and now you should be able to merge some branches by doing the same thing. And if I want to run this now, it should run the whole program as it did like there. So thanks for watching.